Hello guys, it is me again, as you can probably tell. Let's see what today is. Today is Tuesday, November 9th, 2010. Makes it day 313 on our Project Jesus 365. I don't know if all of you guys have seen me twice today, but this makes the second time I've been here today. Most of you probably know by now. I didn't get to make my vid last night. My internet went out. If you did see my other video I made today, you already know that. My internet went out last night. I mean, literally seconds before I was getting ready to make the vid. Got my iPod and was sitting here and getting ready to hit record on the camera and the TV and well, the TV. That's how I know the TV just went out, and of course the internet wouldn't work. When the TV was out. That's what I've got's cable internet. So. I said, well, there's no use recording a video if I can't upload it. So I waited around for an hour and a half or something to see if it would come back on. It never did. So I said, well, I'll just have to do it in the morning. So still don't know what happened. I'm figuring somebody probably, because from what I heard, there was somebody today, actually, a guy that works for me, actually, he lives plumb across the county pretty much from us. And he said right at midnight, I was talking about today, he said, your TV go out right at midnight too? I said, yeah. He said, well, ours did right before midnight. He said the TV went out. I said, yeah, that's when mine went out too. So I said, I don't know what happened. But anyway, guys, that's the reason. I'm going to try to make this video not so long, if I can, guys. Normal stuff, you all just pray for me. I want to ask you guys that are good prayer warriors and pray all the time. Pray for Mad Bad Voodoo. He is in the hospital, as most of you probably already know by now. I think he's having some gallbladder problems from the video I seen. I think he's got some gallstones maybe, and don't know exactly what they're going to. I think today they were supposed to do surgery or whatever. So you guys pray for him. And I'll be honest, I miss not having Richard here. It's he's just one of those guys. He just his personality is just so out there. I mean, he's just so strong and overwhelming, and you know he's there, and so I miss not having him here. So y'all pray for Mad Bad Voodoo, and we know that the Lord will take care of him. Let's see, guys. I guess there's not much to catch you up on. I did get my chronograph in today. Of course, by the time I got home this evening, it was almost dark, so I just set it up on a stool real quick outside, come in here and got a .22 pistol real quick, got my mosquito, and just pow, 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 fired 5 shots through it, and just to see if it worked. And it did work, so I bought the printer with it, so that was pretty neat. I hooked the printer up, and every time you shoot it, it prints you up a little thing showing what it was. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to try to, if we're not real busy tomorrow, I'm going to try to sneak up here sometime and maybe shoot a few of the experimental rounds I've been making off. But that's pretty much it, guys. Just normal stuff. Pray for me and my business. Business is, so far this week, it's not been, I mean, thank the Lord, yesterday we got in, I think, about 3 checks from 3 different companies that owed us money. It's one of those deals, we didn't really do any business yesterday, but still brought in a lot of money. So I mean, praise the Lord for that. But as far as just walk-in work this week, we're not doing much. And I want you guys to just pray for me, and because I mentioned, I don't know when I mentioned it, guys, to you all, that I guess not today's video, but whenever I made the video, I told you about probably going to have some changes at work. Well, from what I can tell, my main mechanic has quit. And to be honest about it, it don't bother me, because to be honest about it, the his son, which is the secondary mechanic. To be honest, since he's been working for us, he's kind of stepped up, and to be honest, he's been doing 90% of the work anyway between those two. So the only thing that's going to kind of hurt me on is I'm behind on ATV work right now, and he was my main ATV mechanic, and I'm actually hanging right now with 2 or 3 ATVs that he was right in the middle of working on. I wish he would have kind of said, guys, I need to. He's got some family problems, I think, and some stuff, and some health problems. He's not quitting us to go work for anybody else or anything, but I think he's just quitting. He's retiring, basically. I kind of wish he would have come up and said, I need to do this, but I'll work for 2 more weeks or whatever to help you get all this stuff caught up. I kind of wish he'd rather done that, but he just basically came up Saturday and said, I'm quitting. I won't be back after today. So, it kind of we just kind of stood there slack-jawed. So, I mean, like I said, to be honest about it, I think it's going to be a good thing. Because, like I said, the ATV work he was doing, some, but most of the other work, the diagnostic work I do, and the other rough work the other guy does. To be honest about it, for 6 months, I've been paying him about $2,500 a month to just stand there and basically watch everybody else work. For the most part, like I'm saying, I'm not saying he didn't do nothing here recently, but he didn't do much. I'm not gonna lie about it. That's gonna be $2,500 a month. More I can stick in my pocket. So it's gonna make it a little harder on me, but I know I can do it. So you guys just pray for me, pray for him. Like I said, he's got some family problems, some things going on. One reason he had to quit. And you never know. Next week, he may come back wanting his job back. You never know. So just pray for him. Pray for me. Pray for my business. And pray that the Lord's will gets done in all of it. That's the important part. But anyway, guys. And the Lord has done so much for me, because I'll be honest about it. If this would have happened a year ago, if he would have quit like this, retired on us, whatever you want to call it, right now, a year ago I would have been freaking out. I mean, I would have. But the Lord, the Lord shows me the way things work, and just like back in the summer when I hired the other guy, his son, I was stroked out, worried to death about him. But to be honest about it, now I see that the Lord wanted me to hire him, because he knew that this was going to happen. If I didn't have him working now, and the other guy came up and quit, I would be hurting. So when one door closes, the Lord does open another one up. So we got to pay attention to that and know that the Lord does help us. But anyway, guys, I'm trying to make this video as quick as I can. So let's get started. Acts chapter 25. Starting in verse 21, so here we go. Just like I said, guys, pray for me and my family and my business and my church, and I would appreciate that a lot. Acts 25:21, here we go. But when Paul had appealed to be reserved unto the hearing of Augustus, I commanded him to be kept till I might send him to Caesar. Then Agrippa said unto Festus, I would also hear the man myself. Tomorrow, said he, thou shalt hear him. And on the morrow, when Agrippa was come, and Bernice with great pomp, and was entered into the place of hearing with the chief captains and principal men of the city, at Festus's commandment, Paul was brought forth. I tell you guys, these long verses kill me. I could have read 10 in most books. And Festus, and I've read 3. And Festus said, King Agrippa, and all men which are here present with us, ye see this man, about whom all the multitude of the Jews have dealt with me, both at Jerusalem and also here, crying that he ought not to live any longer. But when I found that he had committed nothing worthy of death, and that he himself had appealed to Augustus, I have determined to send him, of whom I have no certain thing to write unto my Lord. Wherefore I have brought him forth before you, and specialty before thee, O King Agrippa, that after examination had I might have somewhat to write. For it seemed to me unreasonable to send a prisoner, and not withal to signify the crimes laid against him. Guys, that finishes Acts chapter 25 out. Again, I'm glad you all were here tonight. I'm glad the internet's working tonight so I can get this up. Good Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. So, like I said, you guys just pray for me, and I'm praying for you all. Don't forget to pray for Mad Bad Voodoo. And we'll get off here and try to watch the rest of CSI New York. So, you know, me and my cop TV show. So, anyway, guys, like I said, pray for Richard. Let's just pray for each other, pray for this country, pray for Israel. But most importantly, just pray. You know, it's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to pray. So, like I said, good Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow night. So, till I see you guys again, good night, and God bless.